Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you to our distinguished witnesses for being here today to commemorate this incredibly important day. The cultural, political, and scientific impact that the Apollo 11 mission has had on our country is remarkable. The images of Neil Armstrong's first steps on the moon are iconic and represent an important milestone, not just in American history, but in human history. I'm privileged to serve as co-chair of the bipartisan NASA caucus here in the House with my fellow Ohioan, Representative Marcy Kaptur, and committee members Horn and Posey. The caucus was created to educate members about the many diverse NASA initiatives and support NASA efforts to advance scientific research and technology. Being a part of the NASA caucus is especially rewarding for me because of Ohio's unique relationship with the space program. Both Neil Armstrong, the first man to walk on the moon, and John Glenn, the first American to orbit the Earth, are proud Ohioans. Additionally, Northeast Ohio is home to the NASA Glenn Research Center, which focuses on developing innovative technology to advance NASA's missions and aeronautics and space exploration. I had the privilege of visiting a few months ago and have no doubt that the groundbreaking technology being researched and experimented with at NASA Glenn will help to shape the lives of Americans in the future. With that, Dr. Miller, in your testimony, you discussed how the use of portable computer was a novel idea at the time of Apollo 11 and virtually unheard of. The rise of the smartphone and digital age in Silicon Valley has rapidly changed our world so that a portable computer is now completely commonplace. We can debate whether that's a good thing, but as former NASA chief technologist, can you discuss some other notable scientific and technology advancements that NASA has played a part in and how they have helped to shape the lives of everyday Americans?
Well, one thing I should mention is, as Mr. Fishman was talking about, learning that failure is not an option when life is at risk, and learning how to really up our game on doing reliability and mission assurance. And in fact, that's an interesting thing at Aerospace Corporation. That's a huge role that we do is learn from the lessons from Apollo and how to do mission assurance properly and bring that to everything we do in space. And you know, that's a very important sort of spin-off
Yeah.
that has had a vast impact on everything. One of the ones that surprised me is that this isn't technology, but it's something like 80% of baby formula today has an additive that was developed by NASA. Mm-hmm. Every smartphone, which we probably all have, that phone, it's just these things that were developed in order to make the crew more capable, or robotic missions more lightweight and therefore could put more instruments on them, more capable. You know, all that miniaturization, low power work, and the impact on health of astronauts impacts health of our people. Those are all very dramatic impacts.
Yeah, I actually think, so for me personally, the spin-offs are unbelievable. It's incredible, right? I mean, I think as an everyday citizen, you don't think about NASA as being in your smartphone necessarily or in baby formula. Right. But when you look at everything that NASA's had an impact on, it's remarkable. And I'm just thrilled that we have NASA in this country and in my home district. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to mention one of the things, I'd worked with NASA for many years, but that really blew me away when I got there was its brand. Yeah. When I'd go internationally to speak, there would be packed auditoriums streaming to other auditoriums. It's just everyone comes out and wants to hear what NASA's doing. And the thing is, that's a very strong element of diplomacy. You know, that NASA brand worldwide is second to none, yeah, in my opinion.
Well, let me ask you this. Sure, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that the week before the Apollo 11 launch, Fortune magazine did a cover story saying one of the great contributions Apollo has made to American society is big project management. That if you look at how NASA was able to manage prime contractors in all 50 states, 400,000 people, and get the job done. It all fit together. It all worked, and it often had to work perfectly. That management scheme is really important going forward. We have big things we want to do. Understanding how to do them without letting them run out of control is a really valuable lesson as well.
I think it would actually be really interesting to look at what the regulatory environment looked like back then and what the contracting process looked like back then and compare it to what it looks like today. I would bet that it's a lot harder today. I think that would be actually very interesting, but I'm also out of time, so with that, I yield back.
Thank you very much. Ms. Hill.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you all for being here. I'm really excited about this. My district